Okay, hello everybody. This will be the second part of the fence board Christmas tree 2021. We got two different styles here. We got the straight one, we got the one that's blowing in the wind. I can see this one is, it just, look at the top, it doesn't look that smooth, right? So what I'll do is when I'm carving it, the detail, I'll carve it so I'll take out some of this edge right here, whoosh, make it more smoother. But what we're going to start on with this one right here, and let's not waste any time and just get right to it. Okay, sorry you're not going to be able to see the whole tree on the screen, but here you go, okay? So what I do is I always start off with, for these straight trees, well all my trees, I start off with a center line. And what I do is I just go like, this one will be a full piece up here, kind of give it a little bit of texture. Then I start going like this, off each one. Just off, see the center line here? See how I bring this branch off the center line. This one off the center line. Not right on the center line, just off of it. All the way down, okay? There's a whole bunch of different ways you can do this. Where's the center line? Yeah, so just like that, okay? So now what I'm going to do with my Kutzall Extreme Flame Burr, you guys, if you want to get these burrs right here, go to the description below. It will take you to the Kutzall site. You save yourself 5% if you use the code CFusion. What I'm going to do with my Dremel 4000 flex shaft, I'm going to go along and cut all these lines out underneath the lines, okay? I'm going to cut, and then I'm going to remove the wood to make this, we'll call these each one branches, okay? To make this branch seem elevated off this one. So this branch will be higher than this branch, just kind of like fish scales, you know? So let's get started. It will be a time lapse. Okay, so you can see there I'm cutting below. Those lines are just for reference. The pen lines are just reference lines. But you'll see here, I'm going to go up the whole tree one side at a time in a minute after I get the lines cut in. So if you go up one side of the tree, so here I am figuring out to go up the one side, down the one side, I mean, because then you know which branch overlays over top of the other branch. It's hard to explain, but just have fun. And the more that you do, the better you're going to get. So just try and overlap each branch. It's hard to explain, but I'm sure you'll figure it out once you get doing it. Okay, so that took me 5 minutes to do. So everybody, don't be in a rush to when you're first starting learning to carve with the Dremels and stuff. Let the tool do the work, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come along with the same burr, and I'm going to kind of make my branch lines coming like this. See how I separated them? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You see me go up one side because it was easier for me to memorize what to do on this side, then come down, then go up the other side, because see how this one's underlaid this one? Okay, so all these branches are going to be coming this way, and all these branches on these ones are going to be coming this way with the same burr. I mean, you could switch up your burrs, whatever you want to do. So let's just, in the very top, see how there's only one branch there? I'm just gonna bring the things so they come down nice and flowing. Okay? So one other thing I should really say too, like see how easy it is to get the points to pop out once you already round that edge off like this from the first video? You have a lot less wood to carve without it being square. It's already rounded. I don't get the points to stick out too far on these fence boards because they say it's 1x8, but it's not real. It's like 3/4. And it's really fragile wood, right? So if you have little points sticking out, they might break off in the off season, you know, when they put it away for storage. Okay, so when you're doing these lines, just try and make them flow all the same way on each branch up the whole side. I kind of just rush these things, and I let the if the burr wants to take off, I let it take off a bit because it will make it so your lines don't look so perfect. You know, they'll kind of like it will take off and it will kind of run across the other one, and it will look more like well, I guess there would be squiggly, or I guess not perfect. I don't know. Sorry, everybody. I just want to backtrack for a minute here. So see, make sure that you make them like smaller bigger, 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 bigger when they're going down, just like a real tree. Like, so you'd see like smaller, bigger, 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 bigger. Just like a real tree. Like you think the smaller branches would be up top, right? So and the bigger ones would be at the bottom. Okay, so what you saw me using here, this is Scotch-Brite. You know, they sell the green stuff at the dollar store and on the Peter Blair mandrel. Okay, if you want to get these mandrels, you can open up the description below too. And Pete sells these. He does ship worldwide. I'm not too sure what the price is right now, but if you go in the description below, you can see Pete Blair and his email address. Just send him an email. So why I hit the trees with the Scotch-Brite first is because it gets rid of some of the fuzzies, and I'm going to take these outside and give them a light burn. Because if I get rid of the fuzzies before I burn it, that means I don't have to burn it as much, and you don't want to burn away your detail, right? So let's take these outside and burn them, and then we'll come back, and then we'll clean them up again with the Scotch-Brite. Okay, so this is propane. You know, this is like one of the propane tanks, but you can also get the blue ones. Just give it a light burn. Make sure you don't burn away your details. Okay, I got all my trees burnt. Now what I'm going to do is go over them with this Scotch-Brite again, just to blend all the colors in a bit. Alrighty then, so now you can see all the trees are self-standing. And remember in the first video I showed you guys how to make these little self-standing pieces. Excuse me. And these are just hot glued in. Okay. I lose my voice. Fuck. Okay, sorry, but you're not going to be able to see the whole tree on the camera. So what ignore these lines. What I do for these straight trees, I just draw on a center line. Fucking better pen. Fucking just fuck.